Palm oil comes from the fruit of the oil palm, a plant source of fat that has been part of traditional diets in parts of Africa and Southeast Asia for centuries. In its less refined forms, such as traditional red palm oil, it contains carotenoids, vitamin E compounds like tocotrienols, and a natural balance of saturated and unsaturated fats that provide stability during cooking. These characteristics are precisely why palm oil has become so widely used in modern food systems. Its natural resistance to oxidation and high heat makes it far more stable than many other vegetable oils, reducing the formation of harmful breakdown products during cooking and storage. From an industrial perspective, palm oil's stability is a major advantage, and this quality also carries a more positive nutritional implication. Because palm oil is semi-solid at room temperature, it can replace partially hydrogenated oils in many applications, reducing the need for trans fats that were once common in processed foods. This shift has helped lower trans fat exposure globally, which is a meaningful public health improvement. Palm oil's ability to maintain texture, flavor, and shelf life without chemical hydrogenation explains why it is so prevalent in packaged foods, baked goods, spreads, and snacks. Palm oil and palm olein also enable large-scale food production that is affordable and accessible. Their neutral flavor and consistent behavior allow manufacturers to create products that taste the same across batches and regions, reducing waste and improving food security. For populations with limited access to fresh foods, this stability can play a role in calorie availability and cost control. In this sense, palm oil functions as an efficient energy source that supports the logistical realities of feeding large populations. Nutritionally, palm oil is often misunderstood as purely negative because of its saturated fat content. While it does contain saturated fat, it also includes monounsaturated fats and, in less refined forms, antioxidant compounds that support cellular protection. When consumed in moderate amounts as part of a balanced diet, palm oil does not behave identically to industrial trans fats or heavily oxidized seed oils. Its oxidative stability means fewer harmful byproducts are formed during frying compared to some polyunsaturated oils, which can degrade more easily under heat. The role of palm oil in ultra-processed foods is less about inherent harm and more about versatility. Palm oil performs multiple functions at once. It improves mouthfeel, enhances crispness, supports extrusion processes, and extends shelf life. These properties make it a cornerstone of modern packaged foods. However, the same features also make it easy to overuse, because palm oil can be incorporated into many products without obvious sensory cues. This can lead to higher overall fat and calorie intake if ultra-processed foods dominate the diet. A positive and balanced perspective recognizes that palm oil itself is not the sole driver of dietary problems. Its impact depends heavily on the food context. When palm oil appears in minimally processed foods or is used sparingly in home cooking, its stability and neutral flavor can be practical advantages. The nutritional challenges arise when palm oil becomes a structural foundation of ultra-processed foods that are consumed frequently and in large quantities. Another important consideration is that palm oil's widespread use has reduced reliance on more chemically manipulated fats. Its natural semi-solid state allows manufacturers to avoid extensive processing steps that can damage fats. In this way, palm oil represents a trade-off. It supports food stability and safety while requiring mindful consumption to avoid excess energy intake. Ultimately, palm oil illustrates how an ingredient can be both functionally valuable and nutritionally neutral when used appropriately. It is not a toxin or a nutritional villain on its own, but a tool that has been optimized for modern food production. When diets emphasize whole and minimally processed foods, palm oil's presence is less concerning. When ultra-processed foods dominate, its efficiency amplifies calorie density and shelf-life-driven eating patterns. Understanding this distinction allows palm oil to be viewed with nuance rather than fear, recognizing its practical strengths while remaining aware of the broader dietary context in which it is consumed.